Happy Thursday. I'm just hopping on to talk about how my week's been going and just, how stuff's been. I've been kind of stressed out this week, like anxiety-wise, but that gives me a chance to appreciate how well I've gotten at handling it. Like, even when I'm anxious, I still am present, and like I don't let it ruin my day, because like the anxiety is going to be there whether I want it to or not. Usually when I try to push it away, it only gets worse. So I've gotten really good at just sitting with it and letting it be there, not trying to figure out why it's there. Just like allowing it to confuse me. Making lunch. Doing a good job at staying calm even when my anxiety's high. Hold on. Gotta get this to the side. That's hot. Ouchie, mama. Alright, but as far as college is going, like getting all that, I have a Zoom call tomorrow. And I'm meeting with somebody who's gonna tell me if I got in or not, so I'll update you on that when I get an answer. I'm stopping for lunch, got my nuts. Also, I've been trying to do this thing where I work on music every day. Like try to write a new song or just start a new song every day. So far I've been congested with like, this is good because like I've been working on other people's songs that like have hit me up to help them with a song. So that's what I've been doing every day mainly. Now that I have those done, I'm gonna start writing new songs every day. But I've been doing good, like I'm happy. And like learning to deal with the anxiety, like at the level I am of like just accepting its presence, I feel like is gonna pay off in the long run of like it won't affect me that badly. Hey, what you doing? Trying to eat my food? Got back up. This is my cat Sylvester. Hey, back up. Back up. I love you. Quick little check-in. That's all I really have to say. I'll let you know how the college thing goes tomorrow. I'll be back. I'm checking back in from the last time. I got accepted into that school, so I'm going to be studying psychology, which would be awesome. I want to become a therapist so badly. Like, and not even like, even if like, sorry, I'm going to turn this down. Even if career paths don't work out like I want them to, like I don't become a renowned therapist, I don't know this and that, like I'm just doesn't turn out, I'll still be very happy because it's not even like the point of needing the degree or the title. I just want to learn it. Like I've learned a lot of philosophy like things throughout like the last couple of years, and I've really 360 turnaround, 180 turnaround my whole just life, just the way I think about things. I feel like it changed the direction that I would have taken for sure. Because like, I don't know, if you knew me back then, if you've seen the way I was, like how anxious I was, like you can't be in my shoes per se, but I know we've all felt shit ass anxiety, like, and for me it was like that, like those panic attack feelings, like it was like that all day, every day, almost like 24/7, because my OCD would just ruminate on things and make me extra stressed, and it just never stop. So like learning this stuff is super important to me, because like this helped me so much. How much could it help somebody else? How much could it help me more too if I learn more about it? I feel like the more I know about it, the more like skills I have in that area, the better I'll become at it. Because I definitely think that like learning these things, I've noticed in my mind, like when I'm in a stressful situation, I've changed my beliefs a lot about things, and like I've really worked on not getting worked up over things that either you can't control, already happened, or even are gonna happen, and just not stressing about it, because like you're gonna do the best you can do. Definitely worked a lot on that, like just, and that's cool. When I'm in those situations, I feel that applying almost automatically these days. Like it's not fully, and it doesn't have to be either, because I enjoy kind of disputing. It's kind of, that's what I think is good. That's why I think I'm on a good track, because I enjoy the stress, because I get to dispute it. And I feel like having that mindset would be good. Like, oh yay, the stress is here. I get to, tend to it. I get to learn more about it. Like, of course, there's days where there's times where I want to focus on something specific, and my anxiety is, tapping on my head, trying to get me to focus on whatever else. And like, yeah, that will make me upset at times. But that I'm trying to learn right now. That's a big thing, is like when my mind's doing that, it's okay not to be fully present. Like I could just only do my best to be fully present. Like, because the more I learn, the more I try to push it, the presence, and push being focused, the less focused I will feel. Like, because for my OCD, I think that's something I'm latched to right now. I'm latched to like a fear of missing out, or like a feeling of not fully grasping the joy in life that I see. And I want to grasp it better, is how I feel. But like, it's so funny though, the way life works and your brain works, and just like how things are, is like the less I try to force that, the more in tuned I feel to what I'm trying to feel in tune to in general. Like, which is why I'm trying to like learn to just take a step back. And that's the hardest thing, I think, for me. Because like when I try to say, okay, let's just quiet my mind, don't think any thoughts, like, do my best to not think a single thought for the rest of this 10 minutes or so, like a meditation thing. And doing that is so hard for me, because I feel like I constantly need to be figuring something out. And if I'm not, then something wrong is gonna happen, then I'm not gonna achieve what I want to achieve, this and that. Like, I'm learning to do that better. Like, I meditate a lot, like not all day, but like when I'm feeling stressed and when my mind's frantic, because I'm trying to teach myself to, like, if I shut my mind off, if I quiet it down for 10 minutes, usually I come back to a rational state of mind. I realize what I was stressing about isn't important, or it isn't life and death, at least. Like, it could be even important and like still not life and death. There's no reason to stress about it at the extent that I do. I'm just talking at you now because like I'm having a good night, and like it's cool to be kind of happy with yourself. I don't mean to sound all sappy or just like oh, help me, save me, sympathy, this and that. Like, I'm just saying, like, it was a long time before I could say I was happy with myself. Like, and I know some of you are struggling with that too, like not being happy with yourself. So you know what I'm saying. Like, you know how that feels, like sit in silence and feel uneasy because you're not happy with yourself and the things you're doing. And like, since I've been doing better daily routines, like just making sure I do the things I'm passionate about is the most important thing to me. Because like music, like making sure I'm freestyling every day, practicing, making sure I'm writing every day, writing a song or even just a few bars, like making sure I'm keeping that in my life, because that's a very important piece to just me, who I am. I love making music. I was raised around music for as long as I can remember, so I think it's just something that I really enjoy, and I want to keep going and making it. And like, I also love, like with music, it's the same thing. Like, I accept myself and I love myself for my music. It's like, I don't care if I become a famous rapper. I don't care if like my music never caught traction, if everybody else said it's trash. Like, I'm not worried about that anymore. I just enjoy writing it, and I learned that through time. It's like, it's the reason I'm still doing it wasn't because of people watching it, wasn't because of what people thought of it. It was because I enjoyed the process of making music. And like, once I realized that too, the process became more fun, because I'm no longer stressed about who thinks of what. And I think honestly that'll make my music better, and I think that will, if I do blow up, that's what's going to help it, is the fact of like not worrying what people think, just putting shit out. Because holding on to songs because you're scared what people are going to think, who gives a fuck what other people think? Like, at the end of the day, they're going to like it or they're not going to, and it's really not going to affect them or you negatively unless you let it. Like, that's just kind of what I've been on too, is like, why would I let this affect me negatively if it doesn't have to? That might not make sense. I'm rambling now. Let me get back on track to something. Unconditional acceptance, self-life, other acceptance has been a big part of like, I don't know, sometimes I'm in a situation, I'm picking at my knee strings, because I guess I'm thinking. That probably makes me ramble more though. Let me try and keep my hands here. Maybe I'll think clearer, think more at what I'm talking. Sometimes like the problem is like I don't know what I'm getting at. Like I know what I'm getting at, but I lose it. I don't know. I'm working on communication. Is a big part of. I've been telling my girl this. I've been telling like my brother this. Just people around me. Like, I'm working on my communication skills, because that's also something I struggle with a lot. Is like talking correctly, and I think it's also just the fact that I'm in my mind a lot. Like, so I didn't express myself as much as I should have in times, and like or I just never learned to. I never learned to articulate how I was feeling. So I'm learning how to do that too, because I feel like that's what this is for, is to just talk about how I'm feeling. Whether I post it or not, which I'm going to also help with my fear of rejection. You know, I might say some stupid shit during this that makes no sense. And like, I don't know. I'm still going to post it because I'm working on that, not worrying what other people think about it. Don't get me wrong. I still worry about it. Like, it's still in my mind, like, oh, I don't want to offend somebody. I don't want to be rude to somebody because I care in that sense. But I'm just trying not to be so sensitive about what other people think. Because I feel like ego, you don't need that shit. But unconditional stuff like other acceptance, let me get back to that. That's a great thing that I have discovered and have been applying. It's like, because it works for everything. In any situation, if you tell yourself that you accept it, it doesn't mean you agree with it. Like, say, like, I don't know, like, say you're scared. Let's just use the rejection fear. Say you're scared of going on a stage and performing and nobody liking it. Well, at the end of the day, you know, you could accept the fact that that might happen. You know, this might happen. Would I like it? No, I wouldn't. But it could happen, and it might. And that's okay. I'll still be able to live a happy life, even if this performance doesn't go well. I'll still be able to book another one. I'll still be able to keep writing music. It's like things like that. Just like accepting it, the possibility of it happening. And I don't know if this is, I'm learning more about this, because I learned about this through my OCD. Like, I stumbled across this because I didn't know how to fix my mind, and my mind was tormenting me, and I needed to figure something out, or like, I don't know. If I was put into a real life situation like I am right now, where I have to fend for myself, I have to buy, pay for my apartment, buy my food, things like that, go to work, like, I feel like I would have failed miserably. I feel like if I was back in the same mindset I was then, I would have failed miserably. I would have ended up in mental hospital, this and that, like, because it was bad. It got really bad. But, like, definitely something that I needed to learn. And I don't know if it's just an OCD thing, like accepting those scenarios, because some people probably don't stress about it, like, every day, all day. But also there's people that do. And even, like, I feel like even if it just brings you a little torment, you know, like, if it's, like, something that pops up in your mind, say, 4 or 5 times a day, or, like, lasts for, like, 10 minutes at a time, like this fear, I feel like that's something that's worth looking into and worth, like, disputing about. There's very good, like, therapy online. Like, don't take my advice like this. This is just me rambling. But if you are just listening this far for whatever reason, I appreciate you, for one. And for two, there's, like, so many channels on YouTube that explain the therapy that I'm using and how it's worked so well for me. I recommend it. There's one YouTube channel called OCD Recovery. That's the first channel I found. That was my turning point for my happiness. Because when I found that YouTube channel, that's when I discovered all these philosophies, and it sparked a new passion in me, which was like, dang, the way that you think and, like, the way you structure your beliefs and these things, like, really change how you live and how you feel, like, immensely. It's not even on a scale. It's like, it's insane to me. That's why I'm like, I'm learning to be content and just being happy with how I am now, because I could live like this forever and be happy. But I always wonder, like, is there a higher level of peace? Is there a higher level of, like, being able to help other people, dispute with other people? Like, 'cause I feel like that would be good. That's why I'm studying the philosophy, just to see if there's psychology, just to see if there's a better way to help people. Because I feel like I have the knowledge to help people with their, like, mental problems and their, like, fears. We'll call them fears, because mental problems is, like, I feel like it's a rude term for some reason right now. But yeah, like, I don't remember what I was saying. Give me 5 seconds. I can always look back and I'll figure it out later. I'll finish the sentence to myself, because it's supposed to be me just talking to myself. Hold on, let me think for a second. What the fuck did I say? I'm giving up on that thought. Anyways, have a good rest of your, OCD recovery, maybe. Yeah, that was the turning, right when I was about to end it. That's funny. Yeah, but, like, that was the turning point, because that's what showed me all that. That's probably not the point I was on. I was further than that, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you, Zach, for taking the time to do this out of your day. Good job. Peace out. I'm currently on my last 15 of the day for my job. Just wanted to hop on and do a little video journal pertaining to, like, yesterday and today, and like the difference that I made in my mindset, and just like I'm proud of myself. This is to like give myself some appreciation, because these are video journals for me. Give myself some appreciation about like how I handled my anxiety yesterday and how I made it better today. And so yesterday was just a tough day for some reason. Like my anxiety symptoms were really high, skyrocketing. My OCD was, I felt like I was on the verge of a relapse. Like I've been doing really good at not doing compulsions and like staying out of my mind, not doing the ruminating as often. But yesterday was a really tough, like I had a really hard time not doing it. And like I'd say like my anxiety scale was at like a 7 out of 10 anxiety. So like higher than usual. Like today it's like maybe a 3, and like sometimes it's at like a 1 to 0. Like it's very little anxiety today. I feel very good today, but I'm just proud of myself for sticking through. And like even while I was so anxious yesterday, like it's cool because I used to not be able to do this, where I like still just make myself focus on what I have to do, like my task at my job. And that's why I like this job too, for this reason. I'm doing this job, well, pay obviously, but also because it's a constant job. Like it's constantly going, you're always doing something. So it's like when I have that anxiety, it's a good exposure for me to still have to focus on something. Like I can't just ruminate and figure things out, like because I got real shit to do. So yeah, I'm proud of myself for like, I did this thing where like I just widen my eyes like this, open them, just so I'm like focused on what's in front of me. And like I let my thoughts go on in the background and like tried my best not to respond. And I got through the day. And even like between like after lunch, I put on some like relaxing music in my headphones, and like I meditated for a bit before going back during lunch, and like that seemed to help a lot too. Like I'd say like my shift from like 6:30 until noon, it was pretty bad, like my anxiety. But then once I came back after lunch, I fixed my mind a little more and I felt a lot better. And then I made it through the rest of the day, so I'm proud of myself for that. And then today I've just been like trying to keep a smile on my face as best as possible. Trying to not respond to thoughts at all. You know, like I've had some slip ups here and there where like I'll have this intrusive thought and I'll like try to like figure it out or ruminate on it, but I'll stop it almost immediately, which is good. I guess if you don't have OCD, it's kind of hard to know. Like but everybody overthinks though. It's hard to stop. Like it just feels like if I leave it there, I don't know, something's gonna be wrong, or I feel like something's wrong. And it's like this full body sensation of like discomfort and anxiety, and like sometimes it makes my back hurt, like this tightness. Yeah, I'm glad, I'm proud of myself for sticking through it. And like today I was late to work, which is something that like stresses me out a lot, but I didn't let it ruin my day. You know, I got there as soon as I could. After I woke up at 6:30, I'm supposed to be there at 6:30. I woke up at 6:30, so I got there around 6:40, and I just went to my supervisor and apologized. And like I didn't let it ruin my day, because that's something my OCD is very like particular about, is like being on time and like proving that I'm a reliable employee. But I didn't let it like ruin my day. I didn't go, oh, I didn't make it there on time, the rest of this whole job, this whole thing is ruined. Like, no, I made it when I could, and I apologize, and everybody's cool. Also my music, so I had to take all my stuff off Spotify and then put it back on, because like I didn't renew my subscription in time, which actually ended up working out better, because all of it renewing put it back in the algorithm, and I gained like 600 listeners and like 100 followers on Spotify. So that's really cool. I'm happy about that. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and kind of talk about like today's been really good. I've done a good job at focusing, and like yesterday I did a good job powering through the hard day. And like I feel like the more I do that, the more I prove to myself that I can handle stressful situations. So yeah, thanks for listening. Probably already mentioned this one, but I'm gonna restate it. I made it into college. They accepted me. I think I said that in like the first part of this, but it's whatever. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna sign up for my account today, finish my FAFSA, and then we're golden. I'm gonna be studying psychology like I wanted, so that's awesome. I'm excited. Yeah. Praise to me. Good job.